Rick walked Pete and Ellen to the door, then bade the police good night as well, leaving him alone with Sheila. Feeling edgy, he turned back into the room and briefly met her wary gaze. She swept her tongue across her full bottom lip and looked away. Her breathy sigh floated across the room, and his body hardened at the sexy sound. Down, boy. Rick gave his shoulders a slight roll to ease the tension centered there. Now was not the time to act on his desires. Sheila needed his comfort, nothing more. He swallowed hard and made his way back to her. Rick took a quick glance around her home. Warm and inviting, a lot like the woman he had first met. Fragile knickknacks adorned a set of square, wooden coffee tables, and brightly colored paintings covered light maroon walls. Her matching furniture appeared comfortable and inviting, with a soft brown suede material and oversized throw pillows. Images crowded his mind of the last time he'd been in her home. The morning he'd come looking for Sheila after she'd failed to show up for work. Finding her front door unlatched, Rick had gone inside. He'd found her lying unconscious in the hallway like a broken china doll, the pictures of her injuries forever branded in his brain. Now, Sheila fidgeted as he approached, crossing her arms across her chest, her beautiful forest green eyes shiny with unshed tears. Then her lips pressed firmly together, and blinking rapidly, she glanced away. When he reached her, she sighed and looked back at him. The tears now banished, determination filled her steady gaze. Fury at the man who'd hurt her curled like a hard, tight fist in his gut, but he managed to smile. "Can we talk?" He waved at the couch for her to take a seat. She nodded, smoothing down the front of her robe in a nervous gesture. She perched on the edge of the seat and folded her hands in her lap. Her stiff posture gave away her tension. Ignoring the twinge at his thigh, Rick squatted in front of her. With the Chicago seminar, he hadn't had a chance to stretch and exercise his still sore muscles, and they screamed about his neglect. He slowly raised his hand to tuck a strand of her long, silky hair behind her ear. "May I?" he asked softly, nodding to the couch. She gave a small nod and scooted over until the armrest stopped her, giving him plenty of room. Ignoring the wide seating space she offered, he moved to the spot next to her. "How are you doing?" Sheila studied him for a moment, then blew out a breath. The tension left her body. She gave him a warm smile that reached her eyes this time. "I'm fine, Rick. There's really no reason why you have to stay and babysit me. It was probably just some neighborhood kids." Her smile was like a ray of sunshine on a bleak, rainy day, cutting through the darkness with its brilliance. A smile that beckoned back to the sexy, vibrant woman he had known before she'd been hurt, before he'd failed her, allowing a dangerous criminal to get to her. But now he would do whatever it took to keep Sheila smiling, keep her safe, help her to regain the confidence that had been stripped from her by violence. He wouldn't take her fears lightly, and he'd damn well find out if it was neighborhood kids or something more sinister.